only direct effect, which means there is no question of any indirect effect. You're getting me? So there won't be any indirect effect. So it's going to be only direct effect, and the direct effect of social media and cognition is very high, 0.74, which means yes, social media is influencing our perception these days. All right. Similarly, when we talk in terms of cognition and buying behavior also, there was no indirect impact. So the impact would have been same as the total effect. So it was 0.535. Again, the impact is on the higher side.
तो मार चुकी है भाई, पूरे तो मारा था.
But when we talk in terms of direct and indirect impact of social media and other variables, you see social media direct effect is lesser as compared to the indirect impact. So these are the things we need to incorporate just to enhance the value of our research work. That we are incorporating the mediating effect as well as the moderating effect. I will be coming to that part at a later point of time, once you say that you are done with the mediating explanation. So I'm working on a sample of 400. I'm not using that pilot study sample. Shall we continue?
Can you just shift your cursor? Oh yeah, okay, fine. Yes.
If we know that the direct impact is more, then there is no sense to have a mediating effect. If there is a mediating effect, it means that the social media has impacted the cognition or the perception, and therefore cognition or the perception has impacted the buying behavior.
Right.
Okay. So shall I move ahead?
Yes, please.
Okay. Now we will be moving ahead with the concept of moderation. I will be explaining you the concept of moderation, what moderation is. Now, I believe with the help of these three simple examples which we have taken, the mediating part is clear enough. But when we talk in terms of moderating, they have their own impacts, right? So I'm going to share you a PPT related to it. And let us understand first the concept of what is a moderator, what moderators are supposed to do.
Sir,
so, yes.
Sir, sorry to interrupt in between. Sir, we have taken one mediating variable. So are we also going to do, I know the time is very less, the serial mediation part also, sir, one or two mediations.
Let me first cover the moderation and multi-group, then I will come back to that.
Right.
We can. Surely we can. Shall I continue?
Yes, sir, please, sir.
Okay. So when we talk in terms of moderators, basically they are used to check whether that moderator has strengthened or weakened the independent variables and the dependent variable. So both are possible. If you take a moderator, the moderator may increase the strength or may reduce the strength also. A moderator is not dependent on predictor, that is the independent variable, and we can use for both, for the continuous series or for categorical data. I will be taking one to explain that also. Now, these are the things that enhance or helps, as sir was stating me that whether he was having a doubt that I'm working on a small sample. So it runs even when the sample is small, and it has the following categories that uses all possible pairs. The product term equals to indicator of the interaction term. I will explain you. High prediction accuracy and should be used when sample size is medium to large. So I am going to share you the PLS again, and now we will be reworking on this concept. Shall I?
Yes, please.
Okay. So for the time being, let me remove this and let us take example of only these two variables. Now, when I say let us take example of only these two variables, direct effect or direct influence is there, which means social media is directly influencing buying behavior or not. Simple question. But we need to check the mediating effect or moderating effect of it. Now, there are myths related to using of moderator during PLS, or whether to use during PLS algorithm or at the time of bootstrapping. So there are two things that goes hand in hand in our mind. Number one, whether to have moderator, answer is yes. But if you want to go for moderating effect, the answer is no. So it's very clear that we can add moderators while running the PLS algorithm, but for checking the effect of moderating effect, you will have to use bootstrapping. Okay, so let me now add cognition as one of the moderating variable. Okay, now there are two ways of doing it. One is drag and drop, other one clicking the moderating effect also, you will get the same thing, right? So both way you can do it. Both ways you can do it. Now, the difference between the earlier version of PLS and the latest version of PLS, the item is that when it comes to adding or connecting, you can directly connect to the lines. So lines can be directly connected to the lines to give the moderating effect. The moment you connect, automatically that moderation part will be taken care of. So as I said, there are misunderstandings amongst the people, or they feel that moderator cannot be added while running PLS algorithm. Moderators can be added, but you cannot or you should not identify the moderating effect, because we need to check whether this moderator is going to enhance the strength or is going to weaken the strength of the model, right? So we have used cognition as one of the moderator. So I will request you to hit calculate, run PLS algorithm, and without making any changes, because now earlier version had many items to be changed, but now there is no need, hit start calculation. And once these calculations are there, you were already having the previous versions also, and you saw the direct and indirect and total effect. So if you see cognition social media effect, you can see the indirect effect. The model does not contain indirect effects, only the direct effect is there, right? But the beauty is how to proceed further, whether there is any moderation or whether there is no moderation. So I will request each one of you who is working along with me to hit simple slope analysis. Done? Once you hit simple slope analysis, you see if the lines come parallel, increasing trend is there, which means there is a positive impact, and the lines, all three lines are going ahead. Now there are colors to differentiate also, and you have the freedom to change the colors also. Now if you see three colors are there, number one, if I go by this blue color, it says cognition at mean. The red color is cognition at -1 standard deviation, and if I go by this green color, it says cognition at +1 standard deviation. So it's slightly above the actual mean, below the actual mean, right? Now you can customize this chart, so you can have your own colors or ways of doing it. Meanwhile, for the time being, I'm not doing, or I'm not going to use it. Now what is the conclusion looking at this particular slope? So if the lines are parallel, it is very evident that there is no moderating effect. It is evident that there is no moderating effect, right? Now how to validate it? Because we cannot go for moderating effect analysis while running the PLS algorithm. So how to validate that, what I mean to say here? So there is no intersection in between. If there is a moderating effect, it is going to clash, intersect with each other. So in this case, since the lines are going parallel, so there is no moderating effect. Okay, so what I will do, I will move back. Anyone, any doubt up till now?
So this is only a pictorial or graphical interpretation of moderation. What is the statistical interpretation?
Coming to that part, sir. Sumit sir, coming to that part. Go to calculate, hit bootstrapping and start the calculation. If there is no moderating effect, you will find your p-value to be insignificant. Your p-value will always be more than 0.05. Clear or not? Okay. Cognition multiplied by social media for buying behavior, p statistics is showing a value more than 0.05. So graphically first proven that there is no moderating effect. Now statistically also proven that there is no moderation effect, which means there is no change, or the value or the item which has been considered as a moderator has neither strengthened it nor weakened it to a significant level. Must have, but not to a significant level. Sumit sir, is it clear?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you.
So this 0.220 indicates that the null hypothesis is gone.
No. We are not talking in terms of null hypothesis, sir. We are talking in terms of the moderating effect now.
But the p-values, so what we are saying is that p-values has to be less.
Yes, we are proving that there is no significant impact of the moderator.
Okay.
If you are going to add another hypothesis to it, shall I move back with another example to prove what is moderating effect?
Sure, sir. Thank you.
Okay. Now moving back, I will be changing the example, and let us have a very separate or a different type of understanding to it. Now let me move this down. Let us have the connection as it was earlier. I think the same format we have selected as of now. But there is another variable lying on your left hand side called gender. Right? So this gender can now be used for your moderating effect. Why? Because gender comes under what? Nominal, and nominal will be coming under what? Categorical data. So we can easily use, because the PPT, the one which I shared, I said it works on categorical data. So let us consider gender also as the moderator. Now, before moving ahead with gender, I would like to give my own explanation regarding the concept, and then I will be moving further. And I need your answers. It has to be an interactive part now. What is your understanding, or what is your observation? Do you feel that with difference in gender, male thinks like the females, or females thinks exactly like males, or there is a difference in reality?
So there is a difference.
There is a difference.
Yeah, perceptions are different from the gender perspective.
Right, Dr. Shalu, there is a difference. I have taken only one element from demography. What if I say that when it comes to the age, because it works on continuous data also. So when it comes to age as a moderator, do you think age difference or generation difference makes any distinct difference in perception?
Yes, it should.
It should. It is actually very good. Do you think qualification is also one of the criteria that can have an influence on perception? More qualified things differently, less qualified things differently?
Yes.
So these are all hints which I am giving you that you may be using, or you should use in your research as moderators. Or
Sir,
yes.
Provided it is there in the previous literature, no, sir?
Provided, or it can be their limitation, and because of that you have taken it as a research gap and you have taken up this issue. Right?
Sir, it means only categorical variables can be taken as moderators?
It can be, yes, categorical as well as continuous also.
Means both the variables can be taken
Up
as a
for,
moderator.
yes, as moderator. If time permits, I will be using control variables also to explain, but for the timing, let me be confined to this particular part. Okay. Now, let me connect. Now, what I will be doing, I'm connecting it with cognition. I can connect it with social media also, because gender plays a huge role for social media also, just to give you an idea how the calculation will differ now. So I will hit again calculation, go to PLS algorithm, and I will run it. And what was the step which I need to follow now? Simple slope analysis, right? So I will click this and you see parallel, which means there is no
moderation.
There is no moderation, right? Move back. Let us try to connect this with this also, and let us run now. And let us now see the slope. I believe you got the answer.
Yes, sir.
So the answer is now there is a moderation or moderating effect between gender and cognition. So what I will do, I will move back. I will go to calculate. I will hit bootstrapping, and we were talking in terms of what? Cognition and gender. And in this case, you will find that the p value, because you will ask me to prove it statistically, so therefore I am moving back to path coefficient. I am hitting path coefficient, and if I go here, you will find that the gender value is now 0.02, gone down, right? So the impact is there. It has significantly impacted. The moderation effect is there between gender and this. So you can add in the moderators. You may ask one more question to me. Sir, can we go with two, mediating as well as moderation in a simple model? It's a live example in front of you. Mediation effect is already there and moderation is also there, right? The only thing is you need to be very clear that I need to make a very complex model, because SmartPLS is meant for it. If you're using this software, your model is supposed to be very complex. Okay? So are you done? With the moderating part also, I have given you two examples hand in hand, one after one, explaining you the moderation effect. When it is parallel, no moderation. If it intersect, of course, moderation is there, and then we'll have to check the moderation or moderating effect.
So I want you to just tell me in one or two sentences each the linkage of gender with social media to buying and the linkage of gender with cognition to buying. If I have to explain that in English, what would I say?
Right. Let me tell you. We are talking in terms of two genders by now, male, female. So when we talk in terms of two genders, male and females, if gender is taken as one of the variable, does it impact the buying behavior? Which means whether males are after watching social media more inclined towards buying, or females after watching or using social media are more inclined towards buying.
So this represents the linkage with the.
I will give you a detailed reporting of it within 5 or 6 minutes, sir. a detailed one, because my intention is more than mediating and moderating. I have something else to share with
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Thank you.
Though the topic for the day was given to me as mediating and moderating, but I have made my mind to share something else apart from it with you. So I just need a green signal from your end.
Sure. Sure.
Whether I should proceed further with
Yes,
that
yes.
part or not.
Yes, please.
Now, as you asked me, sir, what is mediating or moderating, or if gender is taken as an example for social media and for the cognition, how to proceed further. And I quoted an example from my part stating you that we can take any criterias, for example, even the income, the age, or the education, or the gender as the base. So we normally call them as multi-group. Okay. So if you allow me, I would like to work with you on multi-group analysis. How to proceed further, how different groups think differently, how gender thinks differently, how different age group people thinks differently, and how different education level makes an impact on buying behavior. So though I have taken only gender as one of the example, but still I will love to proceed further with that.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So Mitsa, if this window is open, I will request you to hit back this tab back. Say no. And the fresh window will open.
Yes, sir.
Open. Right. Now I will request you to click workshop FDP day 2 file.
Done, sir.
Okay. The moment you have clicked it, you will find that we have shifted ourselves back to the original form where we started yesterday. Right. And this green strap or the ribbon, blue ribbon has few new tabs as generate group, add group, clear group. So let me hit generate group and it's going to pop up. Is it same with you also?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So we need to give this software clear information. Now, when I say we need to give this software clear information, I will request you to hit or select gender and apply.
Okay.
Done?
Done.
Okay. Now, group 1 is having 117 responses and group 2 is having 283 responses. So I will request you to hit edit and just give this group a name as male. Apply. It's a typical example of, we will be considering typical example of multi-group analysis. Done?
Yes, sir.
Now,
So where we have to edit?
You're not getting this tab, ma'am?
Yeah, I'm getting gender. That new window is opening right now. Indicator operator value. Group name we have to edit, right? Male.
You got this, I believe. This is there.
Yes, it's there.
Now select gender.
Yeah.
Apply. Click apply.
Okay. Done.
Okay. And then when it comes to group number 2, edit and give it a name as female. As you have accepted to the fact that male, female thinks differently. So we are trying our level best to prove it also. when it comes to using social media, whether males and females are thinking differently or not. When it is going to using our own perception for buying commodities, whether it is going to be same or not. So I'm done with the grouping part. If you are done, waiting for your green signal.
Yes, sir, done.
Now, when you have done it, you must have realized that now there is a change in the, there is a change in the entire flow. When I say entire flow, I mean to say the moment you click calculate, you will find there are 4 new tabs now. Earlier, they were not there. One is bootstrap multi-group analysis, permutation multi-group analysis, and then consistent bootstrap multi-group analysis and consistent permutation multi-group analysis. These were inactive prior to generation of or generating the groups of male and female. Now they have become active tabs. Right? Those who have not done it, they may click calculate and they will identify that yes, bootstrap multi-group analysis and permutation multi-group analysis, these were inactive earlier. Consistent bootstrap multi-group analysis and consistent permutation multi-group analysis was inactive, but now it is active. So how to proceed further?
So, sorry to interrupt again. So how we are going to get this particular tab? Like I have done with the male and female.
Just click back and then double click test run.
Test run. Yeah.
Is it same now? Is it same now?
I think I have lost something because I am not getting the particular test run option.
Ma'am, what is the color of your ribbon?
So it's the complete window gray color, gray.
Is it the same which is there on the screen now?
This is the same.
Ma'am, you see PLS test run will be there on your left hand side.
Below the project name.
What is your project name?
Workshop FDP 2.
Just click.
Must be that. Must be that.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Done?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right. All right. So let's continue further. Same model. It's buying behavior. So working set of data. Right, but now we are working on multi-group analysis. So shall we move ahead?
Yes, sir.
Now directly you cannot apply multi-group analysis because you need to fulfill certain criteria. Only in that case you can move ahead with multi-group analysis. So what I will request is, since you are working along with me, I will request you to hit calculate. Is this window open now?
Yes, sir.
Click permutation
Yes, sir.
Click permutation multi-group analysis. A new window will open. Rajesh ji, I have a request. Kindly mute yourself. Rajesh, kindly mute yourself. Right. Now, is this window visible?
Yes, sir.
Now, the moment you see this window, Group A and Group B, which we have already decided, we will click this drop down and we are going to select male from Group A, and we'll click here and we'll select female from Group B, because we need to differentiate now between both the groups. It can be for the generations also, for example, the age, or it can be the differentiation can be made for the qualifications also, right? So we are now going to apply this and we'll start the calculation. Shall I?
Yes, sir.
So the moment you hit calculation, there will be a new window that's going to be there. And is it visible to all?
Yes, sir.
Now on your left hand side,
Yes,
you'll
sir.
find now there is a new tab with the name of MyCom. There is a new tab with the name of MyCom. Now what is this MyCom? MyCom stands for Measurement Variance Composite Model. So this has to be established first before going for multi-group analysis. So we will be establishing MyCom first, and only once our MyCom is established, we can move ahead with multi-group analysis. So if you say you are done up to this part, I will be hitting MyCom then.
Yes, sir.
The moment I hit it, you see they have mentioned step 2, step 3A with actual mean and step 3B with variance. Right? So there is something missing. Step 2 is there, step 3 is there. What is missing?
1.
Step 1 is missing. Now, if you go via any other software, you will have to follow step 1 also. But the beauty of this software is this software has already taken care of step number 1. Now, what comes under step number 1? It says that the indicators need to be identical. Identical. I'm going back. Indicators were identical. Indicators need to be identical. Clear?
Sir,
What does
identical
that mean? Yeah.
Same question, yeah.
Sumiji, yes.
So, sir, we had the same question. What does identical means?
Okay, right. I think when we were talking in terms of validation yesterday, I took a very simple example and I stated that you see, when we talk in terms of face validation, and if you talk in terms of a simple disease like malaria, and if you take an example question related to cancer, is it relevant? You or Rajesh sir said no. So the questions were identical. All questions should be towards social media. All questions should be towards cognition. All questions should be towards buying behavior when we take the indicators of the questions. So all indicators should be identical with the variable. The coding needs to be identical. Clear or not?
Got it, sir.
And the third thing is that the treatment needs to be same, or the treatment needs to be identical. So all three things should be identical. Now, when you have entered the data and when you have run it for the first time for checking the measurement model, you see there will be questions that are supposed to be removed out. Why? Because they will have low factor loadings. They're going to have low factor loadings. So once those questions are removed off, automatically your step number 1 has taken care of. This is what I mean. Getting me or not? When we have run
Got it,
the
sir.
when we have run the measurement model for the first time, hitting the PLS algorithm, and this is a refined, clean data which I have forwarded you. So therefore, everything is goody-goody here. But when you are going to do it for the first time, you will find that there will be factor loadings which are falling below 0.708. So what you are going to do? You will have to drop them. So once you have dropped all such variables, automatically step number 1 has been taken care of. Why? Because all identical indicators of the questions have been taken, equal treatment has been done with them, and so therefore step number 1 is already over. Clear or not?
Yes, please.
So I am moving with step number 2. You need to be extra focused now with step number 2. The moment I'm going to hit this step number 2, again, you will get a new window and something different now. Something very, very, very different. Now, to read this particular part, you need to be very cautious. There will be a comparison that needs to be made between original correlation, and this is 5% of quartile. This is original correlation and this is 5% of quartile, right? Now, there is a thumb rule which says that the original correlation should be more or equal to 5% of quartile. More or equal to 1, 0.99, more. 0.99, 0.996, more. 0.998, 0.998 equal to. So the original correlations are supposed to be either equal or more than 5% of quartile. This is step number 2, first item. Clear or not?
Yes, clear.
Second thing is, the permutation or the p-values should be insignificant. Not significant, it should be insignificant. Okay?
Yes.
So in this case, if you see all three p-values, 0.357, 0.649 or 0.175, all three values are more than 0.05. So we have successfully completed step number 2, trying to establish invariance. Right? Now move to step number 3. So the moment you're going to hit step number 3, now the values are original difference is 0.051, 0.05 and 0.06. So what's the thumb rule here? The thumb rule says that when we talk in terms of original differences, they should lie between 2.5% to 9.75%. They are, therefore, they are colored in green.
So they should lie between?
They should lie between the figures of 2.5% to 97.5. ये क्या है सर, आप बता पाओगे? 2.5 and 97.5.
This is a two-tailed phenomenon.
They should lie in between, normal. So they are. So original difference should lie in between. Clear, sir?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Sure. So moving ahead. Number 2, within this, the permutation means are supposed to be within the range of, or the permutation value should be within the range of this. Again, same. So therefore, p values all are colored in green, insignificant. So both should lie in between. And they are. Okay? So once your MyCom is established, only in that case we can move ahead with multi-group analysis. Can anyone unmute and speak on step 1, step 2 and step 3 again? All 3 steps? Or shall I repeat it?
So, sir, in step 1, we are checking whether the items are identical or not, which is automatically taken care of by SmartPLS 4. So, when we are going to step 2, sir, we are checking whether the original correlation is either more or equal to
5% of quotile.
5% of the quotile.
Right.
And when we are going to step 3, we are checking whether the original difference lies between 2.5% and 97.5%, and in both the cases, the p-value should be insignificant.
Yeah, and the permutation values should also lie in between, and it is. So therefore, the permutation p-values are insignificant, right? So we have established MyCom. So once you say that yes, we are done with MyCom, we are now getting a green signal that we can now go for multi-group analysis. Shall we?
So what about the step 3A, sir?
Step 3A is the same one, sir. The one which is there on the screen. You may be having down this step.
No.
The logic
3B.
The logic
3B,
remains same. Yeah. It is with actual mean. It is with the variance. The calculation procedure will remain same. Understanding will remain same.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Now, if you want to download again the same logic, you can hit the Excel tab and you can download it. Right. Moving back, go to calculate and go to Bootstrap multi-group analysis. Click, and then a new tab is going to open. Dr. Shalu, are you still there with us?
Yes, sir, I'm here.
Ma'am, just tell me what to hit now.
So both male, female?
No, when we say group A, what to be selected first? Group A.
Group A is male.
So group A, male will be selected, and for group B, female will be selected, and then start calculation.
Yes, sir.
Now this
just one interruption while the calculation is on. So multi-group essentially means we can have 3 or 4 groups as well. Is that the functional capability of PLS4?
Yes, you can.
Because when we do it in R,
as minute as you can go, this software is going to help you. As minute. When day one I started, sir, if you remember, I said research is something funneling down. You need to take a broad and you need to come down to a very narrow base. It's exactly like identifying the root cause of any kind of any disease and diagnosing it and then curing it. Same logic is applicable here. आप तो बस पकड़ो एक बड़ा सा broad and then come down, funnel it down to the root. That this is the reason why this is happening.
Got it, sir. Thank you.
Right now, I am going to hit path coefficient and something different will appear now. Now you see, they have shown you the comparison. Difference between male and female. They have given you the one-tail result and they have given you the two-tail result of p-values. They have given you the one-tail result. They have given you the two-tail result of p-values. What is your reading now? Looking at the figures. What is your reading now, looking at the figures?
Only the social media to buying behavior relationship is significant because other p-values are greater than 0.05. So they're not having that much of an impact. Is that right, sir?
So the initial term which you used is the impact is significant. But when we talk in terms of gender, it is insignificant. The impact of social media on buying behavior is significant for sure. But gender-wise, when we see between male and female, it is insignificant, which means males and females think similar when it comes to using social media as a means of buying any particular item. So we have gone down to that level now. It's minute now. That we got that result earlier that there is an impact and the impact is significant. But when it comes to gender, both things same. Particularly related to using social media as a platform which is having its influence on buying behavior. You're getting me or not?
Yes, sir.
Sumit sir, when I have quoted this example, you must have seen the sample size. The sample was 117 for male and the rest was for female. And since both of us, you and me, we share the same gender, we sometimes take it on a lighter side that, yeah, we have seen females using social media platform much more than what we use normally. But at the end of the day, for buying anything online, we use social media platform to get ourselves, we search for it, and then we make our mind that this is the best one after searching, and then we buy it. It can be anything. It can be buying online or it can be buying offline. There's a concept called ROPO, research online and then purchase offline. So that concept can also be applicable. Though we have researched online, but we have purchased offline. Isn't it? So for research, what you are going to do? You will be searching it in the Google. You will be using all websites, platforms that are going to share. It can be the Flipkart, Amazon, or it can be anything, right? So this is the result that the software has generated for you, stating that though it was significant in total, but when it comes to thinking or the mindset between male and female, there is no significant difference.
So, sir, all if I take it into another direction of the research, all we are saying that yes, multi-group analysis test heterogeneity also apart from homogeneity. Right. Can we say that, sir?
Yes. Yes. So there are 2-3 more tests, and you will find the results are somewhat similar. So there are authors who are using the different sets of tests to prove that by whichever means or whatever means you are going to use, the results are not going to change. So this is a concept of multi-group analysis. Bootstrapping results are there. Now in this case, you see when I go to this bootstrapping result, this is something which we normally show in our reporting part when we report multi-group. Now you see the reporting is, we have given p-value for female, we have given p-value for male, and we calculated the bootstrapping result for both male versus female. So though the impact was significant, but when the comparison was made, it was not that significant.
Sir, if you don't mind, can you also take up control variable into the same model since 20 minutes are left? Even if you are not taking up serial mediation.
No. Just a minute. Let me come to that part also. Control medium variable, why I cannot take? Because the data which I have shared with you, sir, it's not going to help you. Why? I'm going to tell you the reason. Moving back to the initial part of it, or should I? No, not now. The data which I have given you, it's coded as 1 and 2 for gender. Getting me or not?
Yes, sir.
So this is a major problem which I have seen young researchers in particular, they are doing it, sir. What they do, 2 or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, exactly like Likert. And then what they are going to do, they are going to drop it here. I'm just going to show you an example. Since you said, I will be sharing an example with you, sir. Just a minute. Give me a second. I'm searching for it. Right. Now you see, this is there on the screen. And and you see gender and monthly income I have taken as the control variable. This is not moderator, sir. This is control variable. Right? So the mistake which people are doing is when they talk in terms of control variable, they give codes as 1, 2 for gender. Let's say 3 genders are there, male, female and other. So in that case, you will find people are showing 3 indicators here. Or when it comes to monthly income, if 5 slabs are there, they're showing 5. You will be getting a result, but the results are going to be inaccurate. It's not going to suffice the purpose for which they were actually meant. So what is needed here? You need to create your dummy variables. Now, how to create your dummy variables? You can use SPSS as a software to create dummy variable, or you can do it using Excel also, which means the codes for gender, let's say male, and we will be giving it as 0. आपने देखा होगा जब मैं काम कर रहा था मॉडरेशन पे तो वैल्यूज आ रहा था 0 और 1. सॉफ्टवेयर ने ऑटोमेटिकली कन्वर्ट कर दिया उसको 0 और 1 में. So that should be the criteria, 0 for male, 1 for female, right? और हम लेते सिर्फ एक को हैं. We take only 1. For example, income slabs are 5. So we are not going to take all 5. We'll take only 1, and the remaining 4 are going to be reference of that 1. For gender, we will not be taking 3 or 2. We'll be taking only the 1, and the remaining 2 are going to be the reference for it. So that has to be done. And the control variables are supposed to hit the dependent variable. This is another important thing, and you need to do it while running the bootstrapping, not at the time of measurement model, which means at the time of running PLS algorithm. Clear, sir?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Sumit?
Yes, sir.
I have left out with one more point, so I will be quickly moving back to the software and will try to make you understand that also. With then that, I will be finishing with my session. I will request you to hit the calculate tab again. I have tried my level best to take almost all except for CTA, that is the confirmatory tetrad analysis, PLS predict, and finite mixture. Kindly hit importance performance map analysis, which is also known as IPMA. Done?
Yes, sir, done.
Okay. Dr. Shalu, please choose target construct. So the moment we'll click, there are 2 target constructs there on the screen. One is cognition, other one is buying behavior. Now, what are target constructs? What are target constructs?
Maybe the dependent variable, sir.
It is dependent variable. It is. So, which was the most important dependent variable for which we are conducting the entire research session?
Buying behavior.
So you need to select buying behavior and then you need to start calculation. Okay. Once the calculation is over, you see the quality criteria is there on your left hand side and it says importance performance map. And above that we have performance also. So let us start with importance performance map. Shall we?
Yes, sir.
So click this map and you will get the result. Now you will see that on screen you have only and only 2 items. One is red color, other one is blue color. Red represents cognition and blue represents the social media. Right? Now, how to refer it? How to understand what is there on the screen? So what we'll do, we'll try to understand it by dividing this chart in 4 quadrants. In 4 quadrants. which means the extreme top, this quadrant represents high performance and high importance. So it is an indication that your data was excellent, go ahead. On the left hand side top, it represents what? High performance but low importance. So okay, but this lower part is not a good area, but luckily both the constructs are at the top. Clear or not? This is for the constructs. So if we have it for the construct, why can't we have it for the indicators also? And you see all the indicators are there. Again, if you divide it in 4 quadrants, you will find that all our these indicators were above the required, above 50. None of them are below 50. So
sir, the question is, should we do this analysis now or at the time of structural model?
Dr. Sumit, I skipped it yesterday. This should be the first step.
Structural model.
Right? No. PLS algorithm, measurement model, sir.
Measurement model.
Measurement model, not structural model.
Right, sir.
It should be done at the beginning, and it is going to be good. Why? Because we have already cleaned the data, and the format that was shared with you, the Excel sheet that was shared with you, was a clean one, wherein we have all eliminated all problems, and I have shared that one with you. So therefore, the importance map is going to be like that. So IPMA is one of the things of no use, to be very fair and honest, of no use. But still, if you want to place it for your dissertation, for your PhD thesis, or for DLit thesis, it is going to have a sense. But for a research paper, I will recommend normally you should not incorporate IPMA. Normally, there is no need to incorporate IPMA. Right? I have an example of multi-group analysis. Just to share that. Comparison has been done. All are insignificant. This is step number 3, wherein mean should be lying between 2.5 to 97.5. It is. This should also lie in between. It is. And therefore, the MICOM has been established. And then we have gone for the PLS multi-group analysis. So this is the way you need to represent or present your data. I believe Ms. Tanuja is going to share you their own publication. They got their paper published in one of the Scopus Index journal, and that has worked on both formative as well as reflective model. So that can be shared at a later point of time.
Sure, sir, I will.
Yeah, ma'am, I am done with my presentation. If anyone is having any doubt, I have completed 5 minutes prior. Yesterday, someone has asked about my this thing. Just a minute, ma'am. I will share something else also. Just a minute. Is the screen visible, sir? Dr. Shalu?
Yes, sir.
Now, we started day 1 with all this topic. And I said that we will be having a length discussion on the last one, overall analysis. So today I am done with the overall analysis also. My suggestion is you need to develop, or you need to have a very strong foundation. And when I say you need to have a very strong foundation, these are the 2 things that are going to help you out: theoretical framework, conceptual framework, and based on it, the way you have developed your questionnaire. One thing that has skipped from my mind day before yesterday, but has clicked now, is when you develop a Google form for collecting questionnaire, please be very clear that you need to have a checkbox that all fields are mandatory. Otherwise, you will waste your time after getting the data. Some data are going to be complete, some data are going to be incomplete. right? So please be very clear to have that checkpoint.
So, but research guidance suggests that, the respondents have a freedom to not answer any questions. This is also what is given in the European guidelines.
Sir, if you remember day one, actually, I will be giving a separate answer to it. If you are not a novice or a guy who was not having any idea, the best is the screening question. The moment you are not interested, there is no need to fill. And when it comes to, sir, what you are going to do if you are going to get incomplete data, how to proceed further with that incomplete data?
No, I agree with you.
Right. These are my details. If you want to connect with me in near future, you may. Thank you. Thanks.
I think Dr. Sumit has raised a hand. Sumit sir, if you have a question, please go ahead.
Yes, so Professor Nag, I have two questions, though the time I know will not permit, but whichever you choose or if you choose not to answer. So sir, one is people compare between various formats of partial least square. So some say CBSEM, SmartPLS, AMOS, process macro. So which according to you is better for a...
I have used AMOS a lot. I have used SmartPLS. Both are different. But when it comes to working logically, I think PLS is far ahead.
And sir, what are your views when it is coming to scale construction? Which particular format or platform to use?
I have already shared in my presentation day before yesterday, sir. When it comes to scale formation, you need to be very cautious because that's the foundation. And my suggestion is when you are talking in terms of Likert, 5 scale is enough. No need to go for 7 scale.
And if you have to standardize the scale, then sir, your any views?
Right. Thank you so very much, sir, that you pointed this thing. One more thing, I have seen with my personal experience also and with young researchers working with them, I have realized one thing. What they do, they incorporate this 5 scale Likert along with 4 scale or 3 scale also and along with 7 scale also. Now that's not going to give you any result. The scale, when you say in terms of Likert, all scales should be either 5 or else 7. The other version, the previous version of PLS 3, you had while using IPMA, you can convert that 5 into 3 or you can convert it into 7 also. But this version has this limitation. And yes, getting a standardized one, yes, of course, should. You need to develop your own instrument and try your level best, sir, to get it published separately.
Right, sir. Thank you.
Sir, I have a question.
Yes, Dr. Shalu.
Sir, as this particular software is for 30 days only.
Right.
So what about after 30 days, like, can we use it again?
You can use it if your college is having 100 system, you can use 100 times, ma'am. 100 months.
No, personal level?
Personal level 1, then you will have to rework. You need to buy a professional one.
Okay.
Because the software entity has been read by the company. So if you are going for the second time, it's not going to be accepted.
Okay, sir. And sir, one more question is that as we know that like day by day new softwares are coming.
True.
Of analysis and all. So how to like be updated with them?
How to be updated with them? You see, you keep on using softwares, and wherever you feel this thing, there is a question mark, how to proceed further, just Google it, a new software will be there and then you can use it. But my suggestion is you should not continue a lot with a particular software also. You should try your hands in different software. So therefore, you see, if you see my profile, you will find that I have gone through various softwares, because some softwares are useful for some particular kind of research, but will not be useful for others. The best example of it is eViews. For econometrics, for secondary data, nothing can be as good as eViews. But for others, it is of no use. We need to have a different dimension to it, a wider dimension to it. So this is my suggestion, that you need to have knowledge of different software. You can list out the number of softwares I have used during these 3 days. You will
Yes, sir,
understand.
that I have noted. Like I have noted around 4 to 5 softwares that I'm going to work on.
4 or 5, ma'am, I did it on the first day.
Yes, sir. But there's a limitation that we have to buy the particular software.
Only this one you need to buy, SmartPLS, after completing this. Otherwise, rest you can use it free of cost. Jamovie, Jazz, these are all free software.
Yes.
G-Star, Power, these are all free software, ma'am.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Yeah. Thank you, ma'am. I'm done with it.
Do we have any more questions from the participants? All right, moving forward. I hear and I forget. I see and I remember. I do and I understand. Thank you so much, sir, for these amazing sessions where we got hands-on training on conducting research. The sessions were truly enriching and enlightening. I'd request all the participants to drop a word or two for our sessions and, of course, Amit sir. Thank you so much. Without further ado, I would call Dr. Sheena Thomas, Head of Department of Education of the BSS College, for the official vote of thanks.
Thank you so much, Adrija. I welcome you all to the valedictory session of the 7-day FDP on Qualitative and Quantitative Research Analysis, jointly organized by the Department of Education at the Bhopal School of Social Sciences and HRDC and Department of Continuing Education at the Barkatullah University. I borrow from what Amit sir just said. Research is funneling down. And I'm so happy that we have provided a platform where research was funneled down, and we use the platform to give you in-depth understanding of research design, qualitative analysis, and quantitative analysis by eminent resource persons pan-India. So I'll ask my organizing secretary, Ms. Tanuja Khan, who was instrumental in organizing this FDP, for briefing the 7-day FDP to all of us. Over to Tanuja, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. Department of Education, BSSS, in collaboration with HRDC and Department of Continuing Education, Barkatullah University, organized 1-week faculty development program on qualitative and quantitative research analysis from 12 December to 18 December 2022. Around 200 plus participants were from different states like Maharashtra, Gujarat, Delhi, and so on participated in a week-long FDP. This program started virtually on Google Meet as well as YouTube platform. Ms. Adrija Goswami, President Edu Club, introduced the program objectives. Dr. Sheena Thomas, HOD, Department of Education, BSSS, in the inaugural session said the importance of software on data analysis. We were honored to have the presence of Chief Guest, Professor Suresh Kumar Jain, Vice Chancellor of Barkatullah University, in the inaugural address. The program proceeded with a welcome address by Dr. Father John PJ, Principal BSSS. He informed the President that FDP is organized by the demand of previous participant of RDP program, which was held in the month of October 2021. He blessed the program and appreciated the collaborative effort of Department of Education, BSSS, and Department of Continuing Education, Barkatullah University. Professor Suresh Jain, VC, Barkatullah University, also gave his word of appreciation and said how research is important in teaching learning process. Professor Hemant Khande, Department of Education, Barkatullah University, also gave his word of appreciation and said how research is connected with day-to-day life. The program proceeded with a session by Dr. Hrudanand Mishra, Institute of Management, Nirma University. The entire schedule comprised of 7 sessions. He spoke on research methodology, especially with the research design. Day 2 program. Day 2 program were based on qualitative analysis taken by Dr. Sahil Gupta. He is an expert in research, quality research, and a trainer for N-vivo software. He demonstrated the participant about N-vivo software and spoke about how the qualitative data analysis is easy with the help of N-vivo. He covered word cloud sentiment analysis, word frequency thematic analysis, and social media content analysis. Day 5, 6, and 7 were based on quantitative analysis and taken by Professor Amit Kumar Nag, who is an expert of SmartPLS 4. During the second part of FDP, Dr. Amit Kumar Nag demonstrated various software for various research work. He demonstrated a scholarly software for literature review, and after that, he talked about GPA, Jamovi, and many other software. At the end, he demonstrated SmartPLS 4 from the installation part to the data analysis part. All the queries of the participants were speakers. The entire session were hosted by EduClub members under the able leadership of Ms. Adrija Goswami, President of EduClub. The participant feedback indicated the FDP was a great learning experience and enhanced their knowledge on qualitative and quantitative analysis. Many participants also requested to arrange a similar FDP in the future. Thank you. Sheena ma'am?
Thank you so much, Tanuja. I'm sure you're a little camera shy, but you will not be shying away when you will be requested for the collaborative research. So moving on, as ma'am mentioned, on the feedback, we were very fortunate to have very engaging participants because COVID time was a learning experience for all of us, but I was really impressed because of the engaging audience we had in our midst. So taking forward, I would request few of the participants to kindly unmute and share their fair feedback with us. Yes, Dr. Shalu, you can go ahead. You can unmute and please go ahead. Yes.
Good evening, everyone. This is Dr. Shalu Kotwani from Indore. First of all, I am going to thank BSS and obviously his Department of Education for organizing such a wonderful and yes, of course, useful session for the researchers. Not only it's useful for the upcoming researchers, but yes, we are already researchers in our field, but from this particular session, I have already learned about so many softwares from all our 3 resource persons during last 7 days. And yes, this particular session is it overcomes the that particular the deficiency of being at home, and still we are attending it online mode, but we never feel that we are attending on online mode. Every query, every hands-on is we are doing on the practical mode. Thank you so much, Amit sir, for I have you experienced that. Yes, most of the queries were asked by me only. So thank you for solving all my queries. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Dr. Shalu. Anyone else? All right, Dr. Deva. Yes. Can you hear me?
Yes, please.
Yes.
So, good afternoon, everybody. And it was really wonderful to sit through all the sessions. Of course, it did remind us of COVID days. I was here on this table most of the time during COVID. These sessions are really fantastic. And though I have completed my PhD, and though I did work on PLS, I tried SmartPLS 2, which was very, very primitive compared to SmartPLS 4. And then because of intrinsic limitations in that, I switched to R and somehow managed to complete my analysis. But I'm really completely floored by SmartPLS 4. And these 30 days will definitely give me a chance to practice more, and probably eventually I will buy one version for myself and use it. Thank you, Professor Amit. It was really informative to sit in the class and understand the nuts and bolts of different things. Few things I had understood earlier, but now I can say for surety that I definitely know much more than what I started with a week ago. And as far as qualitative data analysis is concerned, the sessions by Sahil sir were really amazing. We learned so many, and though we use the word cloud, etc., in our classes as we teach the students, but this is much more than that. So it's really fantastic. Thank you, BSSS, for organizing such a wonderful session, and kindly keep me in the loop for other similar sessions as they happen. These sessions were very nicely timed and placed for 2 hours in the evenings. So after the daily classroom, we were still able to sort of, join in and get the benefit of learning. And as people say, learning is the only thing. Lifelong learning is the mantra. So we just have to keep going on and keep becoming better at what we are doing. Thank you very much, the entire team. Tanuja Khan ma'am, who was very supportive throughout, Sheena Thomas ma'am, and the entire team. Thank you very much. All of you have a wonderful time. And in case anybody is interested in collaborative research, I've already shared my mobile number, so we can think about doing that, because collaboration is the name of the game today. And we can do a cutting edge research across disciplines at the intersection of disciplines and come up with new ideas. Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you, organizers, for giving me this chance to speak. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Pleasure is all ours. And as sir said, lifelong learning is the mantra. And we were so happy to have this open up channels of learning to all of us. To express my thanks in a short span of time will be, absolutely wrong to some people. But then just to put it on record, my heartfelt thanks to our Father Principal, who motivates us throughout to take it forward. Without his continued support, it wouldn't have been possible. Thanks to all the resource persons, Sahil sir, Ridanand Mishra sir, and Amit sir, for actually making such an effective kind of teaching learning online. And as Dr. Shalu put, it didn't seem that it was an online session. The hands-on experience given was actually so well timed and so paced out that it was really very beneficial to all our participants, engaged participants. And last but not the least, the aware, engaged participants actually help us in bringing forward a good program. Thank you to each one of you, those who registered for the event. This was an after effect and after a request of the RDP session we conducted last time. And as you said and you suggested that, your feedback helps us to keep forward and think on what can we bring to you further. So in line with us, we have an international conference coming up in the month of February. It's precisely 16th and 17th of February. We would be happy to have you all on board. And with this understanding of research, which you have undertaken on qualitative and quantitative research, I think 1 month to 1.5 months would be sufficing for preparing a paper. And all those who will be participating and registering for the event, we would definitely share our help, our expertise in collaborating. Any help required, you can always reach us on the mail IDs. We would be more than happy to help you, because as sir said, collaboration is the need of the hour, and we would be more than happy to collaborate on research analysis with you. So this international conference coming up in the month of February, we will definitely be happy to share that all the selected papers would be published in the Scopus Index Proceedings. It would be published as conference proceedings indexed by the Scopus. So do not miss this golden opportunity. Kindly avail the opportunity and your learnings of this session. Use the trial versions of the software, both N-vivo and SmartPLS, to put up a good paper and do register for the event. We'll also be sharing the link, the brochure, everything on the FDP WhatsApp group we have. Last but not the least, a big thanks to the Barkatullah University, the Vice Chancellor Sir, and Professor Hemant Khande for his unceasing support. Without him in picture, it wouldn't have been so smoothly possible. So thank you once and all for all of you, and we have a great Sunday. You took time on a Sunday to make this learning possible, and on a Sunday to have a participation of around 100 means the program was a great success. And from the bottom of my heart, I thank all the participants, the resource persons, and our organizing team, especially the Edu Club members led by Adrija Goswami. Also, a big thanks to my organizing secretary, Ms. Tanuja Khan. Thank you, one and all. Thanks a lot. Just an information for the participants, we'll be sharing the feedback on your official mail IDs. The mail IDs which you use to register for the event. We'll be sharing it. It will not be, you'll not be able to transfer it to anyone. So that please register, put in your feedback using that Google form. We'll be more than happy to take your feedbacks. Right now in the chat box, what you can see is the attendance form. Kindly use it to register your attendance for the day. Please do not miss the feedback form, which you will not be getting on the chat here, but you will be getting it on your registered mail IDs, wherein we will also be marking it with the certificates. So you'll be getting your e-certificates when you do the needful on the feedback form. Thank you one and all, and a big thanks to Amit sir for the 3-day engaging session. A big thanks to you, sir, because it was on a very, very short notice. Is thankful to have the good fortune of having him on board. Thanks a lot, Amit sir, sparing your time on
Very
Sunday.
good.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Good day.
With this, we officially come to the close of the event. Thank you one and all.